Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Today in my kitchen, Kathy Sims is here.
Good morning.
I always brag about Kathy. Do you remember? I know you had thousands of children in your classroom. By the way, we're making chocolate cake.
Hi.
But Kathy, do you remember if Drew had you first grade or second grade? First. I kept saying second.
First.
Okay. Kathy was Drew's, my oldest, aka favorite son's first grade teacher. And the thing I loved about her right off the bat is she understood a talking child because he loved to talk.
Because he had a talking teacher.
He had to talk. He loved to talk.
He had a talkative teacher, so
It worked out great. It worked out great.
And a talkative assistant. We got to throw Pat Newsom in there.
Yeah, and Michelle Borland always said, Lisa, when you go to your teacher conferences, don't say, he gets it from me. He can't help it. He talks all the time. She said, don't say that. Or she said, if they're bad at math, don't say, well, me and her daddy's bad at math.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Kathy, let me just say, is an excellent cook, and we communicate a lot on recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So today, she's made this before. It's called chocolate crazy cake. So Kathy, I'm gonna let you just take it from there.
Good.
Tell me what we got.
All right. So, first off, you've got to read the whole title. So it is chocolate crazy cake. No eggs, butter, milk, or bowls.
Wow.
There's no bowls. So I had to make Lisa take away her mixing bowl.
Yeah, I have the mixing bowls already.
I had a mixing bowl out there, and my nose is itching. It's because I'm nervous, but I have washed my hands. But you know what? I'm going to rewash them again.
But we are going to be the ones eating
We
cake.
are going to be the ones eating
We
cake
are.
because I love me some chocolate cake.
Listen,
But,
me too. And I read the recipe and it said put whatever toppings you want on it. So I got milk chocolate frosting.
Ooh, I love milk chocolate.
Oh, I do too.
I love it.
I do too.
So your ingredients are, and anybody that's a cake maker knows that you separate your wet and your dry. And so for your dry ingredients, and you're going to take a picture of the post of the
yes,
parts.
I
Okay,
will.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So the dry ingredients are 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then your wet ingredients are, and I thought this was kind of weird when I made this the first time, but 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. Well, I was like, vinegar in a cake.
Well, you know, that's
it's
in
a
red velvet cake.
It is. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and 1 cup of water.
But we're mixing all of it in here.
And we're mixing it all in here.
And we're going to spray that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Spray what you're cooking.
And I've got the oven on 350 warming up.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So you spray your, and here again, I thought it was weird. I'm like, but you're mixing in here, aren't you taking all?
But you know what? Brenda Gant mixes pie crust in the pie
In the
crust.
pie crust. In the pie pan.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, so Lisa's got her oven preheating. I have to have instructions. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Just,
all right, here's your all-purpose flour.
Thank you.
I'll be your sous chef. That's the 1.5 cup measurement.
Awesome. Thank you.
Listen, it's more difficult than people know to
It is.
do a recipe and video
And
be
video.
accurate.
Exactly.
Especially in somebody else's kitchen. Do you need a knife?
I do. Thank you, ma'am.
You got it.
I was going to scrape it against the side, but yours is round. Mine is square.
Either way you want to do it, it's fine with me.
There we go. So there's your cup
I think
and a half.
this recipe would be really good warmed up with a little bit of ice cream.
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, so 1.5 cup all-purpose flour.
Hang on, let me get my half on here. So 1.5 cups.
And I have a cousin that says any bacon, and she's like has baked professionally.
Mm-hmm.
She said you should always do that.
Do that.
And scrape
I do.
it off because it gets the air out.
It does.
I haven't always done that till she told me.
That is why I got my things are in squares, so I can rub it against the side.
Oh,
and
good
I beat
idea.
it. I beat it.
Yep.
All right, so we've got our all-purpose flour in there. We got to have, where is it?
Cocoa.
Soda. Or cocoa, either one.
Your cocoa's in that bag.
Hang on, what's my soda? 1 teaspoon. Here, I'm going to pick up that knife. I'm going to lay that
I
right
like
there.
that you only dirty up one thing.
I do too, because like I told you when I sent this, hold on, that's a teaspoon. Hubin and I are now into this one dish meal.
Oh, I love that.
A lot of life, phase of life.
I love that.
So
yeah, because look, this is the fun part.
Yeah.
It's the cleaning up that stinks.
that stinks, and who's left cleaning up?
The women.
So there we go.
Yeah, because the
he's
men
probably
go on in
watching
there
this
and
and
watch
laughing.
TV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, he's in front of the TV. All right. What do we got here?
All right, let's
Teaspoon
see.
of baking soda.
3
not
teaspoons of baking soda, unsweetened baking powder. Cocoa powder.
We'll
Sorry.
get it right in a
Lord
minute.
have mercy.
You know how you and I are when we get together.
Well, I always enjoy our time together, Kathy. Now look, if we'd have known each other coming up, we would have been in trouble.
We
together.
would have been in trouble.
We would
together.
have. They would have been seating us one at the front end and one at the back end of the classroom. So we're doing 3 tablespoons of.
And you know what? I didn't switch over.
That's all right. Go ahead
I
and
left-
do 2 more, and that'll be 2 tablespoons, and then you can switch over to tablespoons.
All right.
But it actually is 3 tablespoons.
3
of unsweetened
tablespoons.
cocoa.
That's what I get for talking so much.
That's all right, honey. Listen,
that was
I miss
2
the
more.
details.
Right?
That,
Yes.
You did 4 teaspoons, so that equals 2 tablespoons. So you need to do 1 more
One more.
tablespoon.
Thank you.
Yep,
Very much.
you got it. That's the only thing that has helped me. I wasn't gifted in math, but you do have to know that
You
kind of
have
stuff
to know that
when
stuff.
you're cooking.
You do. You do. You do.
And praise the Lord for home economics.
Oh my God! And see, I didn't get into home ec.
Oh, I
Stayed
loved
too
it.
full. I couldn't get into it, but I had a granny. I lived with my granny.
Yeah,
Mom
you
and I
learned a
lived-
lot from her.
I did. I learned
Yeah.
a lot from her, and I had an aunt who ran a cafe.
Oh wow!
So
Oh, you got good stuff.
I got good stuff. So between
All right, what did we do with that baking soda? Oh,
I
there it
moved
is. You already put it in?
I've already put in the baking
Okay.
soda.
All right. So you're going to need the 1 cup of granulated sugar.
Yes.
And that cup measurement's in there.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
just keep it in there.
Ooh. But yes, Granny.
I love being called a granny.
I know you do.
I do. I
I'm
love
feeling
it.
so excited about you.
I love it.
Someone messaged or did a message last night to you. Were you going to be Mimi or Mima or Gigi?
Granny, honey, granny.
And I went underneath and I posted, or Grandma.
Yeah.
And I went in there and posted. I said she's Granny.
I like granny.
And a half teaspoon of salt.
All right.
I did get
And
that
here's
one
your
right.
salt right here, baby.
Okay.
I use pink Himalayan just because
Okay.
they say it's healthier.
It's healthier. It is.
Listen, those are about worn out. I've had those for 34 years.
Oh,
The
okay.
same measuring
The same
spoons.
measuring spoons. I
Mhm.
love.
Yep.
All right, so we've got that. Now you have to mix everything in this bowl.
Do you want to whisk or are you going to do it without?
Let's
You
see.
tell me.
You know, because I use at home a spoon.
Okay, then go
So
ahead.
give me a spoon.
Okay.
Give
You
me a
got it.
spoon.
You got it.
You set that over there.
You got it. I have people tell me all the time though, Kathy, they'll say, I don't mind cooking, but I don't bake. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I don't understand that because I started out baking.
Right.
That was my love.
That
was
was
baking.
my love.
And so, of course, I'm a sweet freak.
Right.
So, yeah.
My mama's love was baking.
Mhm.
My aunt Roxy, who also we all lived together, a house of a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
But
But what better way to learn cooking
what
things?
better way to learn cooking
No
things?
kidding. And you know, back then, a lot of people raised their own veggies.
Yeah.
A lot of people raised their own hogs and their own
Yes.
beef. They had to know how to get it
Yes.
from outside to inside.
Exactly.
And then here's the other thing. They had to learn how to season it.
There you go.
Because listen, that's one thing, you know, you and I, it's obvious,
Yes.
you're brown, I'm white.
Mhm.
But that is what I tell people when they say, how did you learn to season your greens? I'm like, I cooked with black women.
Mhm.
Because
That
there's
part.
something about that y'all learned that and we don't.
Right.
I mean, my mom was a good cook, don't get
Right,
me wrong.
exactly,
But we never
exactly.
discussed, hey, throw some fat back in there and get some red pepper.
There you go.
And
That
then
part.
I'm going to need a little sugar.
There you go. That part.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that we've mixed up everything dry, you make 3 depressions. You make 2 small ones. So there's a small one, a small one, and that may not be deep enough. So I'm gonna go back a little deeper, and then a large one. Ugh. So there. So now you come into your dry ingredients. Wet ingredients.
Okay.
So our wet ingredients in 1 small depression, you're going to put 1 teaspoon.
You want me to do that?
Yes, please,
All
because
right.
I'm sweating and I'm shaking, so I will put something in the wrong place.
I'll turn the air down.
Thank you.
All right,
very
so
much.
you want the white vinegar in
I
that
want the
little bowl?
white vinegar in the little hole right there.
Okay.
In that
I
little
feel like
hole.
we're playing in the sandbox.
We
a
are
little
putting
bit.
this in box,
I know,
and then
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
1 teaspoon of vanilla
Now I
and
always
a
put
little.
a little extra vanilla.
Yes, I do too. And see, we're measuring because we're on live. I don't measure at home. I just pour.
I'm gonna pour a little bit more.
Okay.
That's okay with
That is lovely with me.
Just about a fourth of a teaspoon.
Yeah. And I've got the lid.
Oh, thank you, dear.
And
then 5
the
tablespoons of
vegetable oil, and that goes in the big bowl.
Okay.
The big depression, sorry, not whole.
Okay. Okay, this would be fun to do with a young person.
It would. Can you imagine Pat Newsom and I doing this in the room
Girl,
with those children?
you could do it.
Is this the whole?
4.
Where do I need to stop on your?
Oh, wait a minute. That one don't measure good.
Okay.
I don't. That.
You know what? I'll use this.
Yeah, the measuring lines have gone off of that. I've had it so long.
Okay. Then,
I actually had it out thinking we were going to put eggs in this because I didn't read the fine print. Shocker.
All right. Then you take your cup of water and you pour your cup of water over all of it.
I'm loving this already.
Pour it over all of it, and then you mix again. You put that back over here because now I'm on this side.
All right.
You mix it all up.
Oh, let me cover this up. I can be your sous chef.
Okay.
The other thing, Kathy, that I think is so much fun about cooking with somebody else in the kitchen, you got somebody to talk to. You got somebody to say, what do you think about this?
Yes.
Or how did you like that?
Right.
Or what works for you?
Right.
And you just learn a lot from listening to other people in their kitchen.
Exactly.
I think that's why it's so popular for people to watch cooking videos.
Yes.
Like I love Brenda Gann.
Yeah, I love Brenda Gann.
She's a retired teacher.
Yes.
So when she goes to teaching you how to do something, she's very detailed.
Yes, she is.
I love that about her.
My cousin and I now watch her. Well, I turned my cousin on to her, and I'm trying to think if it was Carole King who turned me on to Brenda Gann, because and I'm making a mess, but that's
okay.
That's okay.
You know who else Carol loves?
Who's that?
Is okay, let me think a minute. Chef and a Farmer. What's
Now
her
that I
name?
haven't.
Vivian Howard.
I haven't watched her.
Okay, she does a show on PBS.
Okay.
You could probably Google search it. And what she does is she goes out into the farmer's vineyard or orchard and lets the people see how, apples are grown, blah, blah, blah. And then she'll take those apples and then she'll make 3 different things with them.
Oh, I
Which
love
I think
it.
is a great concept. I just love that.
That is.
Love that.
But Carol, I think it was Carol, and Carol will correct us if I'm wrong, but I think Carol turned me on to Brenda Gann because I think I'm probably the only one of my grandmother's grandchildren who did not know how to make gravy or how to make biscuits.
Girl, I love to watch her make biscuits. Her little hands just,
yes.
it looks so relaxing.
It
how
does.
she pulls her little flour in there. And the other ones I like to watch is John and Mama. Coffee Time with John and Mama. Oh, you got to hook up with that.
I need to watch. See,
You're
going to make me not want to go back to work.
We're going to collaborate with John and Mama. I love them. It's a man and his mom. He used to own a restaurant. And their cooking is like what we do.
Okay.
It's Southern. I don't even know where they're located, but I can't wait to collaborate with them.
All right. We're all mixed up.
Okay, that's looking good.
And you know what else is good about this with not having any eggs in there?
Yeah.
Is if you have a child that wants to lick the spoon, you can lick the spoon because
Which
there's
has
no
never
eggs.
stopped me.
Well, it hasn't stopped me either. I remember a time of my aunt making meatloaf, and she would always, going back to talking about seasoning, she would lick the spoon of the meatloaf to make sure that she had seasoning enough. And I'm like, but
girl,
raw ground beans.
Oh my
but
gosh.
still.
That's hilarious. Listen, here's what I say, because of all the stipulations nowadays with food. How did our grandparents not kill themselves or poison themselves or poison us?
Or poison us. But there you go.
Lord, we fought over who was going to lick the spoon at my house.
Oh gosh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
The only 3 of my kids who would want to lick the spoon. Well, I'll take that back. Nick loved food. Bless his heart, God rest his soul. Nick loved food. But Sean would make an announcement
that
it's his turn. And but here's the thing, he wouldn't lick the spoon when I would be making a cake or something like this. He would lick the spoon when I made my mashed potatoes.
Oh, okay. So he was a salty guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I would leave enough in the bowl Enough on the spoon.
So he
Sean
could lick
come
it.
down. Sean, and I would just hold the spoon out in the air, and he would grab the spoon and he would go through licking it like a lollipop.
Some of the best memories I have are sitting and watching my mama cook.
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, so this is going into a 350 oven.
Yes,
For how long?
What's my time here? It is for 35 minutes.
Okay, let me
So set a timer.
Hey, let me, one other question before we end this segment.
Yes,
Does
ma'am.
this come out fudgy or is it fluffy?
It is, and also I put on there to watch because oven times and temps are different. They vary. So watch and don't over bake. So I start looking at mine, and you test it like you do with a normal cake. You take a toothpick and
In the middle.
okay. And if it comes out clear, then you're good to go. It comes out kind of cakey, kind of fluffy. It doesn't come out like a fudge. It shouldn't come out like a fudge. If it comes out like a fudge and it sticks to your toothpick, it's not done.
Okay.
But it should come out kind of cakey.
And then let it cool completely.
Mhm.
We're gonna ice with milk chocolate, but you could do cream
You
cheese.
could do cream cheese. You could do powdered sugar. You could do whatever
Your
wanna
heart's
do.
desire.
Exactly.
So that let's repeat the title. Chocolate
Crazy
Krazy Cake.
No eggs, no butter, no milk, no balls.
Chocolate Krazy Cake with Kathy. Make it. Share, like, and comment, y'all. Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Bye now.
Bye.